Well, the Genshin community is at it again. For those of you that don't know, Kanish, character in Genshin Impact 2, came out 5.2, I believe. His role recently got recasted, and the fans are not too happy about that. As the Genshin Twitter community is exploding on themselves. I mean, when are they not? But this time it's serious. It's like really serious business. Like even people who haven't voiced their characters in a long time, they decide to even come out and voice their concern about this. Honestly, I think the whole thing is funny, but at the same time, I enjoy the fact that they're standing on business. Now, the reason that Kanisha's voice actor got recasted, I don't like that word replaced. The reason he got recasted was because they Hoyo wouldn't sign the agreement that would protect him and all of his castmates from AI thievery of their voices. Because currently, a lot of the voice actors are not voicing their characters because if they do, it can be stolen by AI. And the AI could voice their characters for them, which would put them out of business. Um, and they're getting no royalty. They would get no royalties from this, by the way. Even if AI were to steal their voices, or they would take them and use their voice to train the AI, they would get no royalties whenever their voices are used at all. Which is another big reason why they're so anti AI because it is career ruining. It is a career ruining thing. Like this, like AI is the black plague of performative skills in like the space. Like AI could ruin an artist's career. It could ruin a voice actor's career. And like I think it's hilarious that a lot of people who know absolutely nothing about the industry are running their mouths online, talking about how they're just they're just lazy. Oh, they want the company to sign this contract so they can get more money. Oh, they're just so greedy. Sorry to break it to you, but it does nothing to do with money because I assure you, they're not getting any from this company. On a serious note, really, the voice actors just really want their voices to be protected, and they really want Hoyo to sign the contract, uh, so they can have their voices protected for multiple reasons. Um, there's a rumor going around that if Hoyo were to sign the interim agreement that the voice actors would make the entirety of the Genshin casting a friends invite only club when that's not the case because by law they can't do that. They can't do that. It's impossible. They would be breaking the law as they a lot of them are American based. Hoyo may be a Chinese company, sure, but the English voice actors, for the most part, are American based, and if they were to do that, that would be breaking federal law. So they can't do that. So I don't know where this is coming from, where this is being perpetuated at. Um, like there are a lot of people acting like if Hoyo were to sign the agreement that would protect them from AI, that they would just take over the entire English dub studio, and no non-unionized voice actors wouldn't have a chance to voice act in Genshin without their say so, if at all. And that's just not true because federally, that's illegal. That's legal. That's illegal under labor. What is it? I believe it's Labor Management Regulations Act of 1947. That makes it federally illegal for them to do that. To give some context, some backstory, I'm going to direct you to give you some backstory and some background knowledge, so that we can be eye to eye. I'm going to show you the tweet that the original voice of Kanish tweeted to where all of this really popped off. Well, I believe these things happen like simultaneously, but here's the need to know. So apparently, the original voice actor. He says, "Hey everyone, if you've been playing the latest 5.5 update in Genshin Impact and are hearing Kanish speak for the first time in 6 months, it is not my voice. I've been recast." He just drops he drops the bomb right then and there. I've been recast. No shock and mystery, no shock and awe, no smoke and mirrors. Just plain in your face. I've been recasted. I've been withholding voiceover services during the SAG-AFTRA interactive strike because Hoyo wouldn't offer AI protections in the form of an interim agreement. They'd keep my character dialogue silent for months, all the while I had made the difficult decision to continue not going in until the agreement was signed, and this was ultimately why I was recast. So he didn't show up for work because he stood on business about them signing that agreement, and they recasted him. Now, obviously, a recast is not what I wanted. I'd hope that any progress behind the scenes would be made and I could come back safely, or that if I recast auditions, or that if recast auditions went out, my colleagues wouldn't read them. Unfortunately, I was wrong. He's talking about how the new guy, like how his role in the game came out, and they decided to go ahead and recast in somebody. They picked up his work. They picked up his job. A lot of people are saying that they stole his job, which subjective, I suppose. But they're also calling him a scab, which, I mean, in layman's terms, that basically means someone who steals someone else's job after they've been let go or terminated or fired. He says he really loves the character Kanish and that Genshin was his comfort game during the early parts of the pandemic, and it was a dream of his to, book the playable character at the time. He also goes on to say that he would love to return if Hoyo invites him back and signs the interim agreement, but he also stands by his choices regardless of the outcome. And again, standing on business. I love a person that stands on business. Always. Now, while he said that, there was also another tweet that came out. There was also another tweet that came out by his new voice actor, Jacob Takanashi, a voice actor who is based in Japan with a different contract and sponsored by a different agency. He's represented by a different agency, possibly one that protects his voice from AI, but as I saw before, somewhere in this thread, that his agency supports AI, so that's already a bad look in and itself. But this is his tweet, and then I'll zoom in on it, and it reads, he's announcing his role. He's announcing the role that he has joined the English cast of Genshin Impact as the voice of Kanish. He enjoys the fact that taking up the character's mantle is a privilege. Or he acknowledges the fact that taking up the character's mantle is a privilege, and he's grateful for the opportunity, and he's grateful for the previous voice actor who did an incredible job, so on and so forth. And he thanks his director and all this other shit. Right? He hopes that he can honor the character and bring them to life through his voice, which is cool and all. I agree. That is very cool. That's very awesome. However, his cohorts did not think the same. And I think it's really nice of him to go out and say that I really think it's nice of him to go out and say that he really wants to do right by this character and do right by the previous voice actor. Unfortunately, he can't do both because he took up the job, basically swiped it from the previous voice actor's nose. And he's with an agency that supports AI, which is, like I said, it's already a bad look. But the voice actors for Genshin had a lot to say. They had some very scathing words to say, honestly. Let's take a look at that. So, in a response tweet, Kaylee Mills, the voice actor for Kuching, says that this is actually kind of diabolical. If you need money, at least take the role uncredited. This just comes off as an easy grab for clout. It's not a good look, which I agree. It's not a good look. It's really not a good look. It comes across as him celebrating the fact that he stole someone else's job, if that's what you want to call it. Um, and it's honestly him putting. It feels like to a lot of people from the outside looking in, a lot of people feel like he just came in and really he really gunned for that job. Like he was ready and willing to swipe it from under John's nose and make a spectacle of it. Which honestly, this could have been completely harmless. I have no clue, but a lot of people didn't take it that way, including the voice actor for Kuching and the voice actor for Paimon. I read earlier in the I read earlier in the tweet that Paimon's voice actor said, "Not my castmate," in all caps, mind you, all caps. It's a very dark day. This man is taking shots. Like he's dodging arrows, but he's definitely taking bullets. They're lighting his ass. They're cooking his ass in this thread for sure. But to continue, the voice actor for Paimon also said that this isn't a passing the torch moment, which they're right, it's not, because it's not as if the voice actors stepped down from the role purposely because they couldn't do it anymore. They stepped down, or they were recast because they didn't show up for work anymore. They stepped down because Hoyo wouldn't sign the agreement to protect their voice from AI. A lot of people think it's about agencies. No, it's not about agencies. It's not about the agency that he's with. Even though the voice actor is in a Japanese-based company, he's based in Japan. The only reason that the voice actors are lighting his ass up to such a degree is because, as the voice actor for Paimon says, he is only getting flack because he took the role of an actor that is striking for AI protection. And that's it. It has nothing to do with agencies. And I've also seen comments that are talking about, well, we have no idea why he took this role. He has children, which is true. He does have children. He has a wife. That he has children. He has bills to pay, so on and so forth. I get it. A lot of people do a lot of stuff for different reasons. And to go uncredited, I mean, you could still get your money, but I mean, he didn't want to go uncredited. That was it. And he has to suffer the consequences for that. That's quite literally it. Now, like I was saying earlier, there's a cope in the Twitter comments, in the Twitter threads, that are saying that the voice actors are lazy. They're only trying to get Hoyo to sign the agreement because they want more money and so on and so forth. And that's not true. They want Hoyo to sign it because they don't want to be put out of business. They would really, really love for their voices not to be used to train AI and effectively put them out of business with no royalties whatsoever. Also, if Hoyo were to sign the agreement, no, they don't have to fire anyone at all. They can reinstate who they want to back into their previous roles, sure, but they don't have to fire anyone. And the English voice cast cannot treat the Genshin voice, the studio where they cannot treat it as an invite only club because once again that is federally illegal. It's impossible. They can't do that. So let's go over what we discussed here today. Kanisha's new voice actor. Kanisha's previous voice actor was recast. The new voice actor, give benefit of the doubt, harmlessly put up that he would be taking over the role of Kanish. And I've heard his voice. Sounds great. Sounds pretty good. The voice actors, including Hu Tao's voice actor, some very venomous, nasty words on her end. The voice actors for Genshin English cast, they did not like that, and they voiced their opinions, whether it was tactfully or unjustly so, or venomously so, they voice their opinions and they really let him have it. Along with a lot of other people who enjoy the game, he has not issued any apologies or anything like that. He hasn't deleted the tweet. The tweet is still up. And once again, it's not because it's not an agency thing. It is strictly because he took the role from somebody who was fighting for AI protections. And it had, like I said, it has nothing to do with his agency. But again, it is a bad look that he is with an agency that supports AI. Just saying. Just saying it's a bad look. Doesn't look too good. Doesn't look too good. And finally, then this is the big thing. The Genshin voice actors who are in the union cannot tell non-union workers that they cannot voice for Genshin Impact. That is federally illegal. That is a bad. I don't know where you got that from. But with a little bit of research, it tells you that they can't do that on a federal level. So while non-unionized workers wouldn't be protected necessarily, not only would the unionized workers be protected, but also the non-unionized workers. They would also be protected because this is also for them. You know what I'm saying? And this is not an unreasonable thing because also on a federal level, it forces the unionized workers to negotiate with the company fairly and not, asking for any off the wall bullshit. I really feel like asking for protection from AI is not off the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not they're asking for a bajillion dollars for every second that they voice a character. Like, no, they're not asking for anything outrageous. They're just asking that the company protect them from losing their job. That's it. That is all they're asking. That's all they're asking. That is it. But yeah, that's about the meat and potatoes. See ya.